This is Vet Tales, the story of the Sailing Veterinary Clinic. Last episode, we picked up more than 200 vaccinations and set sail for Agua Verde. This episode, we arrive in the small beachside community and begin our animal care campaigns. Patty, you ready to head back to Agua Verde today? We are all ready to head to Agua Verde. Potentially we'll have some northern wind today, which would be great because it'd be from the back of us, so we should be able to sail downwind. But there just may not be very much of it, so it'll just all be a matter of whether we're getting the 5 knots or the 14 knots, because that's kind of the variables right now. So yeah, we shall see. Might be a motor fest, might be some sailing. We are about to get hit by some swells, so probably going to roll from these boats. Anyway, watch out, Jim. And yeah, it's only 17 nautical miles, so we don't have very far to go. So we should be there relatively early, can go in and check everything's ready for tomorrow, and we'll be starting the vaccines tomorrow morning. Many cruisers can pick and choose their departure days to better utilise the wind. We, however, are often working on a rough schedule to meet up with the communities, so sometimes it ends up being a motor day. It is another motor fest. We kind of thought we might get a little bit of the northerly, but it just hasn't picked up yet, so oh well, plenty of time to think. So last time we came to Agua Verde, we basically brought flea, tick and worming products, and then things like antibiotics, ear creams, eye ointments, all that kind of stuff. So basically stuff to treat, any medical cases we saw, but also to get everybody up to date with flea, tick and worming so that they wouldn't have any parasites next time we come. We saw almost 70 animals, so there are a lot of animals in town. We were told there's definitely more further back in the community. It's quite a sprawling community in Agua Verde. There's a lot of beachfront, but then it keeps going back up almost to the mountain. So this time round, the plan is to do the vaccination day in the Palapa, like kind of what we did with the flea, tick and worming. Try and get as many people as we can to come to that. And then we are going to jump on Leonore's son, Joel, has a ATV, and we're going to jump on that, and then he's going to drive us back up into the town and hopefully get all the other animals vaccinated. So particularly like cats, for example, are difficult to bring to the beach, and some of the large dogs can be hard as well. So we're going to try and get as many as we can vaccinated. They think that we might do around 100 animals or so. We have enough vaccines to do that. So we've got about 200 vaccines on board, because we're not only giving rabies, but we're also giving the core vaccines. So things like distemper, parvovirus, hepatitis, parainfluenza, which is kennel cough, as well as, and then the similar thing for the cats, where we're doing herpes, calicivirus, panleukopenia, get all their core vaccines and rabies up to date. Now, as you all know, I have a little friend. Although this is really important because we're helping prevent disease in the animals themselves, which is really good, because obviously like distemper and parvovirus, panleukopenia, they're all very deadly. We don't want the animals to get that. A lot of those diseases can also be spread to wildlife, so we're helping to protect wildlife, but then obviously things like rabies is contagious to essentially all mammals, so we're not only protecting the dogs, but we're helping prevent it spreading to cows, to bats, to humans, which is the most important, and that can make a really, really big difference. So although you see us working with the dogs and cats of the community, the ripple effects of helping the health of the entire community and the whole area can really be quite big. The flea, tick and worming products too are really important in this area, because Rocky Mountain fever has been striking in areas of the northern Sea of Cortez and killing children, because they're playing with the dogs and then they get the tick bite. And a lot of local communities, the doctors just don't recognize the disease, and so the kids have a fever, they can't figure out what's going on, and by the time they get them to a larger hospital, it's too late. So it's really important work that we're doing, I think. So yeah, and I'm just enjoying soaking up a little bit of sun, because It's been kind of cold in the Sea of Cortez, so it's nice to have a calm, sunny day like this. Yeah, we'll probably be there pretty soon. We are anchored up in Agua Verde, heading in this afternoon to just go and see Leonor at the restaurant and let her know we're definitely here, all good to start tomorrow, and we'll be doing vaccinations tomorrow. So yeah, starting about 9:30, potentially seeing hundreds of animals. We'll see how it goes.
Too soon.
Wow, we're very grateful for the swing-keeled boat right now because more and more and more boats are turning up. But we're right on shore. We're going to head into Leonor's restaurant and get dinner there tonight and also just confirm everything for tomorrow. I'm so glad we have a swinging keel. You can see there's a lot of boats in the anchorage, and Chuffed is, other than that tiny like 20-foot boat, is the closest into the beach. And there's a little ketch further out that's like not quite in the bay because there's so many boats and they're just rolling like crazy. You kind of get the swell wraps around from the north and into the bay a little bit. The mobile clinic is packed and ready. We got vaccination cards, some hand sanitizer. Toolbox has kind of like nail clippers, stethoscopes, some random medications. More medications including worming, flea, tick, antibiotics, ear ointments, Kevlar gloves to hold on to any naughty pets we see. Scope to look down ears, syringes, about 250 syringes, and this is where we'll put all our vaccines right before we go. I think we have everything. Addie's working hard this morning too. All right, we are just rowing into the beach and then we're just going to walk along here and we're doing the vaccines up there. There's a little bit of wave action, so we're just going to land here and then walk. We don't have too much stuff, only 200 vaccines and all the necessary accessories. All right, we're all packed up. We're heading in. We began our vaccination day on the beach in a palapa next to Leonor's restaurant. We had two patrons, Tim and Diana, helping us for the morning. Tim used to be an ER doctor, and Diana had worked in a veterinary clinic, so they were very helpful. Tim and Diana focused on drawing up the injections for me and filling in the vaccination cards so that I could focus on the animals, while Ian and Jim did all the filming. The dogs and cats were receiving 2 injections each, one vaccine for the core diseases and another for rabies. We were also repeating the flea, tick and worming treatments as needed. We'd like to say a special thank you to the McKinnon family who donated the vaccines for this campaign in memory of their daughter Lisa. Agua Verde was a special place for her. The dogs seemed to be very excited to see us again, and we had a really good turnout. It's in Los Garapatas.
He's afraid of the puppy.
We saw a lot of very scary puppies too. They're the most vulnerable population, so it was really good to get them all vaccinated while they were young and get them protected.
Okay, es muy grande. No estás muy pequeño. ¿Sí? Rápido. Listo.
Yeah.
This is another rabies to be drawn up.
Yeah. Okay, bien. Y por el verso. Rabies vaccine.
Only the rabies.
Although what we do is very important for the animal health, it's also important for the community. Campaigns like this bring everyone together with a common cause, and in communities that don't often receive outside help, our visits are really appreciated.
Listo.
We also believe very strongly in helping animals in situ. The people we meet love and care for their animals but lack access to veterinary care, whether it's because of a lack of resources or simply being so remote. Although there is certainly a place for animal rescue, for example, Addie was rescued from an abusive situation, we really prefer to leave animals with their owners who love them. We then provide those owners with the tools and resources they need to care for their pets.
Just getting a flea and tick product for little Luna because she has some more ticks, and then we'll give them both their rabies vaccinations as well. Listo. Listo, listo, listo. Y tenemos una tarjeta solo con chorro para ahorita.
What's wrong? Is her nail? What does it need?
It's been torn, but it's all the way down to the quick, and they've got quite, like, their quicks bleed like crazy, so it's not even so much the pain's over and done with really quickly, but then you've got to attempt to stop the bleeding, and if they're like flopping around like a mad thing, it's like, you know, you can't get any pressure on it, and it just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds and bleeds.
Yeah.
Not like dangerously so, but enough. de tus dientes. Pero no. Listo. El puede ir en el carro.
So we've done a bunch of vaccinations here, but it's started to slow down. So we're going to jump in the car with Joel, who is Leonor's son, and he's going to basically drive us deep into town. We know that there's around 10 dogs who came when we were up the other end of the beach that live up that end. So we're going to go see them, get them vaccinated, and some cats as well. And then, yeah, there's more deeper into the village that we will be discovering. Well, it had already been a great start to our animal health campaign, but it only gets better and bigger next episode as we head off the beach and into the pueblo. We truly couldn't do this without the support of all of you, so thank you. And another special thank you to the McKinnon family for donating the vaccinations for this campaign. You can help us continue the work we do by giving this a like, subscribing, sharing it with your friends or people who may like to donate to our work, or you can become a patron and get lots of extras like live updates. Until next episode, stay chuffed everybody.